More than 3 years of research and planning, according to doctors in Massachusetts. They performed the 15-hour operation this month. Now, so far, we've only seen a picture of the recipient recovering in a hospital bed. Manning says he now begins a new chapter in his life filled with personal hope for himself and for others. Now, the organ itself came from a deceased donor. A doctor said the goal in Manning's case was that the match look natural, that it would be capable of urinating, and that it could achieve normal sexual function. And if it worked, they said, it could set a precedent for others.
We're hopeful that with these successes going forward, that we'll be able to open this up to other patient populations, such as wounded warriors returning from Iraq and Afghanistan who suffer these incredibly devastating injuries that can leave them so despondent that they consider taking their own lives, and often do.
Now, several other U.S. hospitals have people lined up for similar procedures. Now, 10 years ago, Chinese surgeons performed a similar procedure in Guangzhou. But about 2 weeks afterwards, we understand the patient had a, quote, psychological problem and asked that the organ be cut off. The Chinese doctors noted that the organ had not been biologically rejected. And last year in South Africa, a 21-year-old successfully underwent a penile transplant. His body accepted the new penis, and he also subsequently impregnated his girlfriend. Asier.
So clearly a lot of hope, Rowie, for a lot of people. But what about the ethical questions here?
Many of them, of course, being brought up as this is entirely an elective procedure. It's about quality of life. So that's one issue. Then you get into the issue of the donor and the donor's family. Do they get a say? Does the recipient get to choose? And could someone decide to do this procedure perhaps for the wrong reasons? Also, money. Who should pay? Should insurance cover such an operation? The doctors talked about American soldiers, and Manning in his statement specifically referenced them as well. Now, currently, U.S. lawmakers are reviewing a bill that would require the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs to, quote, pay additional compensation in the form of two $10,000 lump sum payments to a veteran who's paid disability compensation already for either the anatomical loss of one or more, quote, creative organs, or the permanent or static loss or use of one or more creative organs, meaning losing the ability to use these. Now, the bill was proposed in April, and it's now making its way through the U.S. House. No doubt with voices like Manning's coming forward, honestly, this won't be the last we hear of this issue.
All right, CCTV's Roy Rottenberg. Thank you, Rowie.